Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are here at Campbell's Cemetery in Billstown, Arkansas. And the 821, I don't know if 821 is address or if it's population. And from what I could tell, it looks like it could be either or. Small little area here in Arkansas. We're here to see the grave of Glen Campbell and visit him and pay respects and do all those things that we normally do. And this is your first time here, let me get the ad out of the way and say welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all those things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoy the video. Let me do some of my other plugs and prostitute myself and say, we have a member section, we have the merchandise, and the members, I never give you guys a shout out. So here it is. I'm gonna throw your names up. You guys are awesome for what you do. You don't have to do that, and I really appreciate you that you do that. So we're going to walk around. We'll talk about Mr. Campbell. We'll celebrate his life, talk about all the things that he did, to become the Glen Campbell and all that stuff. And I don't know, maybe we'll discover some stuff out along the way. So let's oh, and before, I always forget this. So before we go to the actual meat of the video, put what your favorite song, movie, all the things that he was around. What was your favorite thing? Glen Campbell was born April 22nd, 1936 in Billstown, a tiny community near Delight in Pike County, Arkansas. Campbell started playing guitar at the age of 4 after his father gave him a Sears-bought $5 guitar as a gift, with his uncle teaching him the basics, how to play. Campbell continued playing guitar in his youth, with no formal training and practicing when he wasn't working in the cotton fields. He developed his talent by listening to radio and records, and considered Django Reinhardt among his most admired guitarists, later calling him the most awesome player I ever heard. In 1954, at the age of 17, Campbell moved to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to join his uncle's band known as Dick Bills and the Sandia Mountain Boys. Campbell formed his own band, the Western Wranglers. He worked hard, he said, 6, sometimes 7 nights a week. And in 1960, he moved to Los Angeles to become a session musician. In 1961, Campbell found a daytime job at a publishing company, American Music, writing songs and recording demos. Because of the demos, Campbell soon was in demand as a session musician and became part of a group of studio musicians later known as the Wrecking Crew. Campbell played on recordings by the Beach Boys, Frank Sinatra, Ricky Nelson, Dean Martin, Nat King Cole, the Monkees, Merle Haggard, and many, many others. He befriended Elvis Presley when he helped record the soundtrack for Viva Las Vegas in '64. He later said Elvis and I were brought up the same humble way, picking cotton and looking at the south end of a northbound mule. His first solo release, Turn Around, Look at Me, a moderate success, peaked at number 62 on the Hot 100 in '61, and from December of '64 to early March of '65, Campbell was a touring member of the Beach Boys, filling in for Brian Wilson. In '65, he had his biggest solo yet, reaching number 45 on the Hot 100, Universal Soldier. So when follow-up singles did not do well, and Capitol was considering dropping Campbell from the label, he was teamed up with a better producer, and together they collaborated on Burning Bridges, which became a top 20 country hit in '67. Campbell, again, on 1967's Gentle on My Mind, was written by John Hartford, which was an overnight success. The song was followed by the bigger hit, By the Time I Get to Phoenix, later in '67, and I Want to Live and Wichita Lineman in '68. Remaining on Billboard's Top 100 for 15 weeks, he won 4 Grammys for Gentle on My Mind and By the Time I Get to Phoenix. Campbell was given his own weekly variety show, the Glen Campbell Good Time Hour, which ran from January of '69 through June of '72. During the late '60s and early '70s, Campbell released a long series of singles and appeared in the movies True Grit with John Wayne and Norwood with Joe Namath. In the mid-1970s, he had more hits with Rhinestone Cowboy, Southern Nights, both U.S. #1 hits, and Sunflower, 39 in the U.S. However, Rhinestone Cowboy was Campbell's largest selling single and one of his best known recordings, initially with over 2 million copies sold. So following his late 2010 Alzheimer's diagnosis, Campbell embarked on a final goodbye tour with 3 of his children joining him in his backup band. His final show was on November 30th of 2012 in Napa, California. After the end of the tour, Campbell entered the studio in Nashville to record what would be his final album, Adios, which would not be revealed until 5 years later. According to his wife Kim, he wanted to preserve what magic was left and what would be his final recordings. Sadly, in March of 2016, it was confirmed that Campbell was in the final stages of Alzheimer's, and on August 8th of 2017, we lost Glen Campbell to a crappy disease that takes way too many people for no good reason. So there you go, Glen Campbell, Glen Travis Campbell. I like how they have the married in '82 thing. That's pretty cool. See, right there. Proverbs 31 on hers and Psalm 23 on his with a cowboy boot. Plenty of rocks, plenty of names. So Glen Campbell, how cool, right? Check that off the list. There's one more feature here that I'm gonna have to get the kids to come. The kids are with me, we're headed to Dallas, right? So the first part of the video, that's where we're at. We're in Dallas. Like, I'm recording this in back order, and you're gonna understand why, because there's no way I can walk around this cemetery without tripping the music. So are you guys ready? Okay, so here's the thing, like you see the motion thing, right? So as soon as I walk by that tree right over there on the other side of the Toyota that's not a sponsor, that tree, there's a speaker in it, which I'll do a little shot of that now to show you. As soon as I trip this, here we go. You ready? It's here we go. See? Pretty neat, right? See, that's pretty cool, huh? Isn't that neat? So it does the whole song. So that's so when you pull up, I just want you to know that's scary. I didn't know what was going on. I thought Glen had done come back, and I was like, man, what in the world? So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try not to walk over that. I've done tripped it like 4 times, and when it starts, you gotta, you know, it plays all the way through. So just be aware of that. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, we're headed to Dallas. I thought I'd stop by and we'd pay our visits to Mr. Campbell. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And let me see if I can get around this without tripping it again. And so yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And you know what? You never know what you're going to find on the back roads. Glen Campbell, man, that's really cool. Like, that's a good one. I'm glad we got to come do this. Check that one off the list. And don't forget, that will scare you to death too, by the way. It's not the ghost of Glen Campbell, it's just the recording. So thanks, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.